So premise polling has this thing they do called the bi-weekly political sentiment tracker, and I like to read it because I'm bi-weekly politically curious. Anyway, it turns out Democrats are split 50-50 on whether President Joe Biden should even seek re-election in 2024. Now, maybe people disagree with Joe Biden on a policy level, and that's great. We can have that talk all day long. I just hope it's not because of the ageism. Because, can I tell you, I'm really tired of the ageism against Joe Biden. Like, it's exhausting. I need a nap. I am defending Joe Biden against ageism so much I'm going to break a hip. I am yelling at agists to get off my lawn. Because ageism is really the one ism that's still acceptable across the boards. Have you noticed this? And liberals do it too. Liberals were ageist to John McCain and to Bob Dole. I get it. You're scared that the president's 80. But can I just point out, Harrison Ford is 80, Martin Scorsese is 80, Carole King is 80, and Paul McCartney is 80, and I would vote for any of those four people to be president of my country. Mel Brooks is 95, and he can kick all our asses. Also, can I just say, old Joe Biden gets shit done. I mean, the Inflation Reduction Act had so much good stuff on climate change. The infrastructure bill is going to really change America. The PACT Act for vets, the CHIPS Act brings so much electronic manufacturing to our country. The American Recovery Act, I mean, the old Joe Biden, he gets shit done. He's like a lesbian Scientologist. It just goes to show what a president can do when he's not thinking about his mistress or his next job. And my unpopular opinion is I don't mind a president who has to take a nap now and then. I grew up with a lot of Joe Bidens in my life. I was there for many Joe Bidens growing up, and I'll tell you, old Joe Biden gave us Ketanji Brown Jackson, old Joe Biden trying to cut student loan debt, old Joe Biden decriminalizing weed on the federal level. He's better than all the other Joe Bidens I grew up with. Wages are up a little, gas prices are down a bit, there's 500,000 new jobs added in January, 5 million jobs added last year, 12 million jobs added in 2 years, the lowest unemployment rate since the moon landing, and I guess this is probably why, despite having very low approval ratings in the premise poll, in a prospective matchup, 52-48, Joe Biden still beats former host of Celebrity Apprentice, Donald Trump. But here's the part of the premise poll that surprised me the most. They asked just Republicans who they'd vote for between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, and Trump cleaned up 57% to 24%. And Ron DeSantis is like the chosen one. He's the pick of the Republican establishment, which is kind of ironic because he really became governor once he agreed to be Donald Trump's Horcrux. Now, Ron DeSantis has been following the Trump playbook for a long time, but Ron added something very special to that mix, beating up on trans children. I'm Ron DeSantis, and I'm here to tell you that only I can keep you safe from trans children who want to play sports. Ron DeSantis kept Florida safe from transgender children who wanted to do sports, and by God, he'll keep America safe from trans kids who want to do sports. I was in Florida last month at a dog salon, and Ron DeSantis ran in and screamed at the staff, "You're all groomers!" But now Donald Trump is also promising to protect us from transgender children who want to play sports. And that's what's fascinating. What's crazy is DeSantis built up his career pretending to be Trump, but now Trump is trying to resuscitate his career by pretending to be DeSantis. They still agree on building record deficits by cutting taxes for the super rich who don't need another tax cut. They still agree on cutting services for the needy, deregulating everything, making things a lot easier for polluters, and announcing very loudly that they're Christian while legislating directly against everything Jesus ever taught. And there's the last bit of irony, because whether it's Trump or DeSantis, 82-year-old Joe Biden will be running against 95-year-old Herbert Hoover economics. Ideologically, old Joe's the young guy in this race.